Last night on The Bachelor.
Good morning, Vietnam! Good morning, Vietnam!
Good morning, Vietnam!
So, doggy, The Bachelor is getting down to the wire. Hometowns is swiftly approaching, and that means it's time to get rid of those connections that just aren't cutting it. And that's exactly what happened on last night's episode. Things continue right where we left off last week, where after a number of high school drama chats with Onyeka and Nicole, Colton's left wanting to take a long walk deep into the ocean.
I swear it by the drowned god.
Onyeka comes in like...
Because Nicole just told Colton that I bully every single person in the house.
And I'm just ready for this to all be done with.
Okay, Nicole, you said I bullied you. Back it up.
Yikes.
I'm sorry that people are so jealous of me.
And with everything that's happened, it's no surprise Nicole's praying for a rose this time. But at the rose ceremony, prayer isn't going to be enough, and all this drama has really turned off Colton.
Sydney.
And I'll just say, I'm not completely buying Onyeka at the end here.
Oh, this sucks so bad.
She saw the writing on the wall, she's never had a crazy connection with Colton like some of the others, so she probably knew she was headed home. Whew, okay, rose ceremony is over and I am so ready to move past this now. The women arrive in Vietnam, and those who haven't had their one-on-one are really getting anxious for the date card.
Hannah G.
And it's Barbie girl Hannah G who's getting the date. These two are headed to get down and dirty with some massages.
Hiya, Bobby.
Colton and Hannah quickly start making out, which I see has caused the two masseuse ladies to run for the hills. Oh, and Hannah G made it into Colton's contractually mandated shower scene. It's nice when you get to do things together. At the dinner portion of their date...
What was your very favorite part?
Showering. Yeah, I like showering.
Aw, they're made for each other. Hannah and Colton connect, talking about their relationship with their parents, and of course, she gets a rose.
After tonight, I definitely can say that I'm falling in love with Hannah.
Big words, Mr. Underwood. Now this is interesting because it's unusual for them to edit in this kind of footage from The Bachelor. They often force them to not say things like the L word at all until, well, they're at least down on one knee. Though I guess he did say he was falling in love and not actually in love. Usually they let it slide like this when the girl is the runner-up to a very obvious winner. In this case, Cassie. To give us some pause and say, hey, maybe it's Hannah G who's going to win and not Cassie. But unless something big changes, I still think Cassie's the one. And it's group date time, and this is probably the date card that has the most at stake. Sydney, Demi, Kirpa, and Katie, they all know it. If you haven't had a one-on-one by this point, you're going to be falling way too far behind to make it any further.
Demi. Son of a bitch.
And it's Kirpa's chance at a one-on-one. And this really came just in time. Sydney and Kirpa have definitely had the least amount of screen time of all the women still around, and after checking out some of the behind-the-scenes footage of Kirpa, like how she fell and got that bandage on her chin, I'm happy she's getting a chance here. She seems pretty cool. But for now, let's get to the group date.
Wax on, wax off.
We all know Colton likes to shake things up, so this time he's taking the women to... another athletic date? Ugh. The ladies are going to be swinging sticks and throwing punches to win Colton's rose, and the Hannah Beast is right at home. Luckily, martial arts was her skill in the talent portion at Miss USA. And as you can tell, the ladies have mastered what they've been taught very quickly. At the evening portion of the group date, Sydney is feeling like the odd woman out, while Colton and Tayshia, who never seems to change nail polish, have a serious but great chat. Katie's also feeling the pressure after not getting the one-on-one, and she lets Colton in on how she's feeling.
This is what I like to see. Don't get me wrong, I like seeing you happy, smiling, and passionate.
Spoiler alert, he eliminates her this week. Colton gets to chat with Demi's mom, who's no longer in jail, and Sydney sits Colton down to hash things out. Which always seems to get Colton in the mood, right? She's feeling like Colton's not letting her in, and that he's looking at all the other women before he's looking at her. And for that reason, she's heading home. And I don't blame her.
See ya.
Colton fills the other women in, who seem super shocked. As for the group date rose, it's Colton's great conversation with Tayshia that really shines through. Next up is Kirpa's one-on-one time, which I was very interested to check out because with Kirpa's lack of screen time, it's been hard to imagine her and Colton getting far together. If there's no growth on this date, Kirpa could easily be going home. And honestly, the date is meh.
We said meh. M-E-H. Meh.
I mean, yeah, they're progressing, yeah, things are going well, but compare this date to what Colton's had with Hannah G. Making out a ton, him saying he's falling for her, just doesn't match up. At the dinner portion of their date, Kirpa opens up about her 8-year relationship. Wow, 8 years? She's 26, so that means she was 18 or 17 when it started, and that's if she came on The Bachelor immediately after it ended. She was engaged, and the man, like Colton, was a virgin, or saving himself for marriage. The conversation goes well, and Kirpa gets a rose, but I'm thinking this is the last one she'll be getting, especially with hometowns around the corner and far greater connections still on the show. After the date, Demi is taking all that confidence she's displayed so far, and she's shooting for the moon. One final push to solidify herself in Colton's heart. As she puts it, she's going balls to the wall. But unfortunately for her, she only hits the wall.
I am falling in love with you.
I don't know right now if I can see myself with you at the end of this.
So it's time for Queen Demi to vacate the Iron Throne and head home. See you in paradise, Demi. And that's 4 eliminations already this episode. Ladies are dropping like flies. And guess what? We still have a rose ceremony to go. No, to be continued this episode. This time it's some pretty simple math here. 1 + 1 equals Katie's the odd girl out.
Heather.
And so it is, as Heather gets the last remaining rose. But before Katie leaves, she tells Colton there are some women left who still aren't ready for a proposal, which haunts Colton like an old crone's ghost story. And as we're left wondering who's the girl everyone's been talking about, like they're one of the infected from The Thing, we get one last Colton facepalm to end the night. So that's it for this Bachelor breakdown. We're really getting into the thick of it, and I love hearing everyone's take, so be sure to leave a comment below and like and subscribe. I'll be back with my preview breakdown soon, so be sure to keep tuned for that as well. And you know the gate jump's right around the corner. So see you all next time.
All you see is Heather's hair. And it just sounded like birthing sounds.